What's going on? This is Martinez, Master Kettlebell Coach with Living.Fit, and here is your 3 exercise kettlebell workout. So this is gonna be follow along. I'm gonna give you some cues as we go through this, and we'll make it a little bit more difficult as we go, but I'm still gonna keep this simple, so this is perfect for you new to the kettlebell users. All right, for the first circuit, we're gonna do 3 exercises. We're gonna keep this super simple for the first one. We're gonna do a 2-hand clean squat and press. All right, so we're gonna go for 1 minute. Ready, set, and go. So it's a 2-hand clean. I'm gonna squat the bell, I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna press. So for this first set, I'm gonna break this apart into 3 specific exercises. 2-hand clean, the squat, and the press. So as I get a little bit more comfortable with the movements, I'll go a little bit smoother through those transitions. But until then, I wanna break it apart, hold for a second, make sure my form is perfect as I'm doing this. So we're gonna go 2 sets of this for 1 minute with about a 30-second break in between. So I want you to use something fairly light so you feel comfortable with these, but heavy enough that it's gonna elicit some change. 1 more, and down. All right, so we're gonna shake it off for about 30 seconds, and we're gonna do that again. So a couple key things here is when we're doing that 2-hand clean, I'm pulling explosively and then coming around the bell. So I don't wanna curl the bell. I know it looks like you're curling the bell, but you're not. It is explosive. All right, so in between the exercises, you can do some joint mobility, but just kind of keep moving. I want you to keep your heart rate up. All right, round 2. So notice my shoulders above my hips. I'm gonna drive up, I'm gonna squat, and I'm gonna press. Right back down. Drive up, squat, press. So again, we're going for a minute here. Drive up, squat, press. Take your time with that press so that you clear your head out of the way. So set your shoulders, engage your lats, press up, right back down. Oh, almost done. Pull the shoulders back. The entire time I'm doing this, I want to make sure that I'm keeping a good amount of tension through my core to avoid putting too much pressure on my lower back. And time. All right, so that was variation number 1. The second way we're gonna do this is we're going to 2-hand clean the bell. We're gonna squat the bell while it sits in the rack position, and then I'm gonna push press the weight up. So if the weight's too heavy to go overhead, typically a push press is gonna be a little bit more efficient. You're gonna have a little bit more power because we're using lower body. If that's just way out of the question, then we're just gonna do the 2-hand clean, squat. While I'm doing the press, you wait right there and then repeat with me. All right, so I'm gonna keep the bell right in between my feet. I'm gonna grab onto it with my left hand. I'm going to pull, starting with that drive through my legs and then finish with my upper body. I'm gonna squat, I'm gonna reset, and then I'm gonna push press. I'm gonna bring it down, and I'm gonna switch sides. So we're gonna alternate back and forth. All right, ready, set, and go. I'm gonna squat, reset, push press, right back down. I'm gonna use this other hand to support that landing. So on this initial pull, I want you to start with your legs, driving explosively, and then finish with your arm, okay? So I don't want you to turn that into a curl either. It is a clean, but we're alternating. So what I like about this, we got a lot of moving parts here. We got a pull, we've got a hinge, we've got a squat, we've got a press, we've got a lot of core tension necessary to make sure that we don't fold under the pressure here. Make sure for that clean, I'm sliding my elbow back to allow my arm to come around so that the bell can find a spot on my forearm. I do not want to let the kettlebell find a spot on my forearm. I want to do that for it. And time. Oh, even with a light bell, this is gonna start to get challenging. But again, I love with kettlebells the ability to go between exercises so you can seamlessly transition from a clean to a squat to a press. So it keeps that thermic effect up, keeps that heart rate going. So great for strength and conditioning. All right, so 30 seconds is almost up. I don't know what Banana said to put 30-second rest, but here he is. All right, 30-second rest. We're gonna go right back at it 1 more time. So we're gonna go 2-hand clean, squat, push press. So notice for that clean, I'm keeping it nice and loose on my hand so the bell rotates around the forearm. I do not want that bell to come up and over. If you're just not getting that and you're just getting too much momentum, that bell slamming on you, slow it down. Watch how I can slow this down. And from there, that's going to allow me to understand the pathway that the kettlebell has to take, going around the forearm. So what I want to make sure I'm doing as well is I'm using enough momentum to get up there, but not so much that that bell is going to slam. Yeah, a little bit of momentum, push, press it up. Almost done. And then we'll go on to the next circuit. And time. All right, so I'm gonna be a little bit longer here. We're gonna go to the next circuit. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull explosively, but I'm gonna catch the bell in my opposite hand. So if the handle's on my left, as I pull it up, I'm gonna catch the bell in my right hand. So now I'm gonna create a little bit of a need for, well, a lot of a need for tension throughout my entire core to make sure that I don't fold or bend under that pressure or laterally flex. So I'm gonna hold that bell nice and tight. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna squat, and now I'm gonna two-hand press this bell up. So in this kind of offset position, I'm gonna require a little bit of tension on my left side, but it's gonna be predominantly on my other side that I'm gonna be needing to press from. So I'll show you what that looks like. We're gonna go for a minute set, rest, do another minute set, just as we've been doing. I'm gonna have fun. I know you're having fun. All right. So I'll start with my left hand, bell's right between my feet again. Drive through my legs, I'm gonna pull, I'm gonna catch the bell in my hand. I'm gonna squat in that position, and I'm gonna press. So I'm pressing kind of off to that same side, rather than right in between. Pull, so now most of the pressure's on my left side. I'm gonna squat, I'm gonna press, and I'm gonna stay in line with my left side. So my right arm's gonna come across. So that's kind of the pathway that you're gonna take here. So this is a great way to just intensify these weights in a slightly different way, give you a unique stimulus with that bell, and offer a little bit of variation, variety into your training. So I'm all for just keeping it simple, clean squats, presses, but again, this is what I love about the kettlebells is getting creative with it, having fun with your conditioning, having fun with your strength training, so you don't get bored. One more, and time. Whew. 30 seconds, we got one more set, and we is finished. Though I'm obviously not a grammar teacher to my children. All right, we got one more set here. Same thing, if it feels a little bit awkward, take your time, slow it down, pause at each position, and then do the movement. All right, ready, get in position. 5 seconds. Ready, set, go. So I'm pulling that bell up, squat, press. Bring it right back down. Switch, explode up. So that explosion starts from the lower body and then travels up my body. So I'm driving explosively through the ground. And in this position, you will find you're gonna need a lot of core strength just to hold that bell. So that's why kettlebells are so fantastic, because a lot of tension is required. So even with this light bell, I'm using some momentum, I'm using strength, I'm using stability, which is strength, and I'm getting my heart rate up there. So make sure you got each one of these exercises down first, and you feel comfortable with it. Almost there. You got this. Last rep. And time. So hopefully you enjoyed. For more workouts like this, make sure you subscribe, put that notification bell on so you get them every single time. Let us know what you think down below. And if you want full programs and all the fun stuff that is going to get you stronger, leaner, and just feeling and looking better, check out living.fit.